So what's new this week in theaters? Let's get right to it.
How's it going, man?
How you doing, baby?
I really appreciate you doing this for me.
This is some serious proposing you're doing. You're a sensitive bitch.
Well, I love her.
You gotta give it all when you love like that, you know what I'm saying?
Want to get drunk? Get some booty in your face?
It's 8:15 in the morning.
Very progressive. Listen. Mandelbrot set is in motion. Echo choir has been breached.
Is that a lyric from something?
American Ultra tries really hard to be hip and different, and it is, but it strikes some pretty strange notes and doesn't always quite work. Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart are both really good as a stoner couple who get tangled up in some sort of spy adventure, but the more that we find out about the mystery that they're caught up in, the less interesting the movie becomes. The tone of the film reminded me of the cartoonish, video game-inspired Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, with obvious influences from movies like True Romance or even The Bourne Identity, or really any film that glorifies its pot-smoking stars as world-saving superheroes. The longer things unravel, though, what begins as a quirky and refreshing comedy slowly devolves into a pointless and pretty bland action film. It's not all that bad, but for me, it falls just shy of a recommendation. I give American Ultra a C+.
And here comes Evel Knievel. He's not hesitating. He'll go.
I didn't think of Evel Knievel as a daredevil. I thought of him as a superhero. No one ever went for it like that before. I grew up in the 70s.
There was a certain cynicism throughout the country. Society was changing.
I guess we were looking for some sort of a hero.
American pop culture owes a lot to the famous 1970s daredevil, Evel Knievel. But you didn't realize just how much until you watched the well-made, entertaining documentary, Being Evil. Aside from being jackass Johnny Knoxville's life hero, Knievel really was the first reality TV star. The film chronicles his beginnings, his famous stunts, and his famous disastrous falls, while those closest to him, and those whose careers intertwined with his, show up to pay homage and tell stories about their interactions with the legendary man. He birthed an entire action sport genre, and was one of the first to really take licensing to the next level. The story isn't all roses either, as a lot of his ugliness gets exposed as well. This is a documentary that I really liked a lot, but if I had any criticisms at all, it's the title, Being Evil. That's the one thing that I didn't feel like the film successfully did. Get us inside the mind of Evel Knievel. But as a chronicle of a man's life work and an examination of his social and cultural impact, Being Evil is a real success. I give it a B+. That's all for this week. You can find all of my full movie reviews and coverage of the CBS show Survivor on my website, tomsantilli.com, and be sure to follow me on Twitter as well, @TomSantilli. Also be sure to like Movie Show Plus on Facebook. Join me next week when my reviews will include Z for Zachariah. See you then.